Dawn.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. I am really concerned. I feel like on paper, this really favors LILGUN, but with Imperio, you never know what you're gonna get. You're seeing now Marquinhos just making sure that Aurora does have the security, does have the safety. Early game, Ji Sun-shin and Dairoth can really burst down this Hilda, but there we go. Aurora takes it, focusing on farming right here. And this is how the Hilda is supposed to be played. Yesterday we saw it picked up, but used in a more defensive fashion, I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah, much more aggressive Hilda gameplay right now, which is what we hope for. But I do wonder if Ethan was a little bit slow there. The fact that Aurora was still able to secure that first buff, no problem. But look at this.
Ooh.
What's going on? What's going on? Why are they so aggressive at the early game? Yeah, it's because they have all this early game aggression, having that Hilda and also having the Masha. Everyone's just joining in, but Masha didn't join yet. There's a kill. There's a first blood on Ethan, but Ethan goes back. He manages to survive. He gets his passive. He gets in the bush, and he waits to see another Dawn.
This is going to be the worry a little bit for Imperio Esports. Their early game, before you hit that level 4 mark, they actually don't have all that much damage, especially against heroes like the Hilda. That's why you see Ethan able to just walk in with impunity.
I don't think it's a level issue. I think it's a lot more about items, but you're now 1v1. Bebex, can you get it?
Oh, it's a first blood! It is a first blood with that electrifying beats. He goes in, he gets what he wants, and the first kill is, and the first blood is drawn by Team LILGUN.
A very nice play right there. Good focus onto the gold lane. We already talked about the Yur and Bebex matchup here, and the team seem to be respecting that.
You can see what they can do here, man, because even in the mid lane, Fashion is having a lot of trouble dealing with this Mathilda. With Marquinhos and Aurora having space in the top side, I don't think they can even go for the turtle. Popping the Mountain Shocker right here, but Aurora...
Oh, he's going in, he's engaging, he is engaging, fully committing to it. Aurora is down, and the early game is going to the favor of Team LILGUN so far. There's a crowd control happening here. Ethan goes back, and that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Engage, and then disengage. That Matilda is just crazy. The fight keeps on, but the Justice goes for that joy.
They're still going as well.
Oh,
Fashion
what is that?
Chased down!
He went down until the end, getting that turtle, and then getting the kill after. What? That was a free kill.
And looks like one more as well. Ethan, for some reason, overstepping boundaries. So much actioning happening all over the map.
You have to pay attention to the pressure, though. Aurora is facing a lot of interruptions to his jungling speed. And man, Luxora is making full use of this Joy Pick. But keep in mind, whoa, that is a half HP Masha just deleted.
In a blink of an eye, he's just down. He took that Edith away from the calculations. Oh, sorry, it took the Masha, but look down here. He's still committing to it. He is still being so annoying to Yur. Yur cannot breathe in the land of Dawn. He gets that kill, but all thanks to the turret damage. And then he gets more gold than the gold he was supposed to get from that minion wave. Aurora keeps on clearing that wave, and Team Imperio Esports come back to the game.
For Bit got taken out right there. I believe the kill went to Yur, so a small victory here for Imperio. And they're trying themselves to try and make the plays happen, but with a roamer like the Edith, it's just a bit more difficult to really try and get the dynamic engages. It's a bit more telegraphed unless you use a battle spell. So with the Flicker available, I believe that Imperio is just trying to play it as passive as possible, because once they have items, that's when they really start scaling, man. Levels would be nice, but for now, I think gold is what they really require to really pop off.
Yeah, Ethan is taking it too far. Ethan is overstepping. He's going in without permission. Look at here. There's some damage happening, and with the electrifying beast, will he survive or not? Let's see together, but it seems that he got that kill with the killing spree, and he is still alive. Aurora is dying, and in the backline he's getting snagged off. Look at Marquinhos. He's getting that kill even by committing that flicker. He still goes down. Ethan with the triple kill. Ethan is out. 1, 2, 3 kills go to Team Imperio. Marquinhos, he's on fire.
Whoa, we got to see a lot of gameplay from Aurora and Yur yesterday. Marquinhos now wanting to make his mark upon the land of Dawn. 5-0 on the Dirov. This is actually a problem for LILGUN.
I don't know what the heck happened, man. LILGUN, on paper, were aggressing. They were the ones with control. But they just lost 3 to Marquinhos. And this is a 5-0 diver, dude. You gotta watch out for this. We saw that earlier. Even with minimal kills, he's able to just delete Aizen on the Masha. If this goes on, that's a big problem. Because for the most part, right, that's going to be the main problem. The Direwolf just doing the physical damage.
Yeah, Dirov as a hero is actually really scary when up against these tanky opponents that don't actually have all that much burst. So Markino can just go on in, keep the fight extended, and constantly lower armor. You have to remember, this actually benefits Aurora and Yor as well. The extra physical damage coming in from the Yisun and Bruno could be scary.
It is scary, but Ethan is like getting under nerves. He's trying so much to irritate Aurora.
On the other side, Steve, I think he's trying to actually engage as much as possible, but he's not allowed to. And look at Yor!
Where is Yor? Where is Yor? Yor is down! Yor is down, and Bibix is also down, so a 1v1 or a 1-2-1 trade happening at the bot lane. Both gold laners are out, and it is equal once again.
We already know that Team LILGUN is honestly very aggressive. They're almost willing to trade heroes, even players as important as their marksmen, to try and get kills. I wonder if they may be overstepping their boundaries here. Oh, Aurora?
Hey, maybe he is overstepping so far, and there's that Surgeon Eagle. Matilda E, he's going in. He is going in. Aurora is down, and Aurora is already down. Stevie cannot stand that damage and forbids Ethan from dying. So far, that electrifying beats is so scary. He's still committing. Masha is taking the turret damage, and he is dealing with the rest. He is dealing with the rest. And we can see that the Power of Wildness takes that last kill. Hilda takes a kill for the favor of Team LILGUN.
The Direwolf is snowballing, who cares? We get everything on the other side of the map. Technically, in that engagement, Imperio Esports only had 2 kills because Marquinhos was split pushing on the other side of the map. So LILGUN now with the aggressive rotations right here, they're managing to extend their lead from 1 or 2 members to the whole team, to the map overall. Imperio need to try and find a way to do that themselves. Look at the gold disparity, man. 1,500 gold for Marquinhos, but he can't really roam around, and he's going full damage, by the way. Heptoseize and the Hunter Strike, he's not going for the tanky Direwolf that we're used to seeing. And now Imperio are going for trades right here. I think this is exactly the right answer. But keep in mind, Yuri's on the top side, they can very easily, Team LILGUN can very easily go for another dive on top.
Yeah, that could be what they're looking for. They already secured the turtle here in the top half of the map, but they're gonna respect boundaries a little bit right here. Right now, Team LILGUN's biggest threat is going to be Marquinhos on that Dirov. As long as they can ensure that the EXP lane of Imperio Esports is showing on the map somewhere, it becomes a lot safer for them to just go for these big dives under the tower.
There's a conceal committing here, happening on the top lane. They are trying to go in, but they choose to withdraw. Team LILGUN avoids a surge, like an inevitable fight, but it seems like they want to go in. They want to take that team fight a bit longer, and he is going in. He's going in. This is Matilda Airlines. He goes in. Vision is down, and look at the joy with the electrifying beast. They are electrifying indeed. Look at LILGUN taking everything, and that top lane even with the turret itself. But here he comes. Here he comes. What a flicker! What a flicker! And you can take that snowball down. You can take Marquinhos down. And Joy lives with multiple kills and with the top lane turret.
We are seeing incredible feats of micro mechanics coming out from Team LILGUN right here. The effectiveness of Forbid on this Matilda, being able to pull Bebex right out of that Abyss of Strike is insane.
That was so good from Team LILGUN, but Imperio, they're just scrambling towards these fights. They're not getting the kind of right engagements they require. If the gold lane extends further than 5k, it's going to be dangerous, and now they go in again with Circling Eagle.
It was almost in, or like they almost committed to it, but it's so dangerous to go inside the second tier, and they will wait up until that Lord.
And that's probably the wise choice here. They have to be so respectful right now. I know that Team LILGUN are willing to be aggressive, they're willing to dive, but there's still certain limits. So it doesn't look like that's going to stop them from completely zoning Imperio off of their own tier 2.
I think it's a good move here from Imperio to just move away from the turrets. The last thing they want is with a squishy backline, a front-to-back composition, getting Team LILGUN behind them, right? That's the worst case scenario. So once they defend right here, this is where it gets tough. With so much damage per second, if they're in the base, Team LILGUN is going to struggle to really get a decisive fight the way they've been getting all this time. If you notice, the only reason why Team LILGUN has been so successful is they can chase down the members of Imperio all the way from the middle of the map towards their base. But now with the Lord taken here, let's see what can Team LILGUN do. Are they going to set up for a 3-wave push? Are they going to go for a dive? Or are they going to go for the more calm, calculated approach, using the Brody as a sieging tool?
Yeah, the decisions are going to be a lot more fragile going into the next few minutes for Team LILGUN, because like you mentioned, once you hit that late game state, Imperial Esports has a very good amount of scaling with Yor and Aurora, while Team LILGUN can only just soak damage. So they have to be very careful about how they really approach things and preferably end game quickly.
It's going to be a steal from Zora. Already level 15 right here, but this is where Team LILGUN are now working against the clock. Now that they've reached level 15 and they have the bulk of the gold in their disposal, they lose the purple buff actually, but Marquinhos
almost
survives.
lost his life. Almost lost his life there just for a purple buff. But they go back again. I don't know, is this the end?
I don't think it's the end just yet. There are ways for Imperio to really clear this out. I mean, there's the Primal Rage, Edith damage, there's 2 marksmen. It's only going to depend on if Team LILGUN can find a catch.
They can't find a catch here, and they didn't lose so far, Team Imperio, but they just might. But look here, they are trying so hard to make that defense work. They already take down the Lord with the flicker. Marquinhos goes in, shuts down that joy. There is no joy anymore for Team LILGUN, and they are still trying to get more than what is offered by Team LILGUN. That's too much. That's not just a successful defense, that is also a good aggressive gameplay.
Yeah, that's just a straight up punish coming in from Imperial Esports there. LILGUN finally overextending themselves a bit too far, and you pointed this out right, Arashi. When they're in their base, it's gonna be a lot harder for LILGUN to find these angles. As once Forbid was picked off under the tower, it was go time for Imperial Esports.
Especially because Forbid took so much damage on the turret as well. Losing the Mathilda, they lose the mobility, and that's where Marquinhos just jumps on that opportunity, quite literally deleting one of the members of LILGUN. This is the problem, man. Against so many marksmen, technically, so many late-game damage heroes, you can't really trade like this. Even a 1v1, a 1-for-1 trade is going to be so beneficial for Imperial, because I think the gold lead was up to 8,000, now it's back down to 4.
Yeah, that's all it takes sometimes. It's that one single move, one single mistake. Now, we have to note, Team LILGUN does still have the tools necessary to overcome the odds, right? The whole reason they pick up the Hilda and the Masha is to mark the 2 marksmen on the side of Imperio specifically. But that means that their engagement needs to have a little bit more finesse built in. They can't just butt heads with Imperial Esports anymore, because Stefe has blood on his mind.
Yeah, they are already they're going in and they are trying to make that dish push, but we have asked how much is your tolerance to spicy food, but how much is Imperial's tolerance to spicy games?
We'll have to see. And for now, Lord is up, so in a way, Team LILGUN can force Imperial Esports to get closer and then cut off their exit. That's usually what Mathilda or the Hilda does really, really well. For Imperio, do they feel strong enough to want to risk it with a 5k gold disadvantage? If they don't, they can, I think, defend for one more time, but they risk making a mistake later on and losing the game. But they go now.
They want to go in, they want to go and take Team Imperio down. They are already taking some good damage, but what is that damage, Marquinhos? Come down a bit. What was that damage? But he goes already down, and the Lord also goes for Team LILGUN.
Okay, a nice secure there for Team LILGUN, and it's very smart of them to just dive into Marquinhos there. They realize that he's positioning very far ahead compared to his teammates, and if he's gone, that's basically their main threat for diving the rest of Imperial Esports. With the Lord in their pocket now, though, we're going to see whether or not they can break through the defense of their opponents.
I think against a comp like this, with a lot of damage, but not a lot of wave clear, you have to play with the waves, man. If you're looking at how they're doing it right now, though, they're clearing the top side and the bottom side without pushing the mid lane. And the mid lane moves faster, to be fair. I think they're setting up for a proper push, but might be only in the bottom and mid side. Now this is where Imperial gets confused here. Where do they send their resources? But they seem to be able to clear fast with the defense shred from the Dyrus.
Well, there's a mountain shocker there, and also he reveals on the map, but there's no necessity for that map revealing because everyone has shown up already, but there has been a line that was drawn by Team Imperio, and they successfully managed that defense.
Okay, that's good respect from Team LILGUN. They go for the one inhibitor with the Lord. They know that, again, without the angles necessary to dive the backline, this could be a dangerous dive.
Oh. It is a dangerous dive. Look at Joy once again making Primus use his ultimate, but then they already get their ultimate. Look at the Wrath, look at the Chaos, look at Team Imperio pulling up another successful defense. But the torn apart memory tears apart the bodies of Team Imperio Esports. But look here, do not miss me. You did miss me, and you did miss that damage. Look at that item switch, but nothing can save you. Nothing can save the inhabitable. Team LILGUN is wiped out.
Ooh, this is literally what we were talking about, right? It's too dangerous to dive Imperial Esports in their own base. You want to be able to pick off the backline DPSs first.
You can't fight like that, man. In the beginning, it looked so good because they have all these spells to work with. The moment they ran out of ultimates and the backlines are still fresh and healthy, you saw the damage output coming in from the Bruno and the Yi Sun-shin. Fortunately for Team LILGUN, they're able to get a trade right there, but look at the goal difference. Man, it's only 2K right here. This is that momentum swing that Imperio have been waiting for, but the same conditions still stand. Imperio have to find a way to get a proper front to back, and Team LILGUN can play around with the map even more. But with the goal difference equalizing, it's getting more and more difficult for Team LILGUN to do so.
And especially considering that Imperio is going for very aggressive builds here. I just saw the Blade of Despair completed for not just Aurora, but Marquinhos as well on the Dirok. So he's actually going for DPS. He understands that LILGUN is mostly damage sponges. If they can break through the front line, it becomes a lot easier for them to take the rest of the fight.
Well, they can actually go and take the rest of the fight, but I think this is a death bush, right?
It's possible if it works. Asian!
It is possible indeed, and now he crosses the line once again, but Forbid again once over and over again saves his team members, but there's a conceal there by the Edith, there's a conceal by Team Imperio. Will they commit to anything? They just commit that Lord. They want to take it so bad. Yeah, but the Joy can come in, but the Fire mistakes that Lord with the last hit, and there's chaos happening in the Land of Dawn. The Land of Dawn is witnessing a massacre happening between two great teams. LILGUN is down. Imperio is now doing a revolutionary, doing really great double kill, and then Marquinhos comes to take everything down. Everything now crumbles on the hands of Team LILGUN. Guess who's in the house? Team Imperio is in the house.
Massive mistakes made by Team LILGUN. They panicked. They saw the Lord being rushed down and they made their move way too quickly. Imperio Esports were quick to snatch up on the opportunity and claim victory for game number 1.
They get LILGUN flustered. They force the Lord. They can't